The next thing we do is to place the cathode gently on the cathode flow field so that it's ready for when we come with the membrane placed in the gaskets in a moment. Yes. And to be sure that it's placed correctly, you can take the gasket and just see that it actually fits in. You can see that it is placed somewhat in the middle here. Yes. So, the next step is to place the membrane gently in between the two Teflon gaskets. So, I'll start with the small gasket, and we'll just put some water on it here. Find one of the membranes carefully. This can be done with a tweezer as well, or clean gloves. And then we gently wash it, just to make sure that if the water we're storing it in should be a bit dirty, that we don't have any dirt on it. At the same time, we keep it quite wet. Place it here. Membrane. Take the other gasket and put on top. Make sure that there's nothing curling off. So, and now take the gasket membrane assembly and put gently down on top of the cathode, the small gasket as the lowest one. You can see there, fits on. And then we take the anode here. Gently place it on top. Move it in. There. So, we can now take the anode flow field. With 2 fingers hold on it so that it does not fall off. Pull down like this. And make sure that everything is placed correct. Next step is to place all the washers and the bolts. Nuts. These should not be tightened yet, but just place down top here. And please notice how the bolts here are Teflon coated so that they do not create a short circuit between the two sides. Oops. So, now we get to the point where we need to tighten it. And we start out by tightening it at 2 Newton meters of torque. And it should be done in a star pattern. Then we turn it up to 4. And now we can actually lift it up. So it's standing like this instead. Because now we have merged everything together so that the electrodes does not move around. But we still need to tighten it, and again in a star pattern. So now, before we put the cell into the setup, we want to check that it's actually liquid tight, or that we're not having any leaks anywhere. So do this by holding on the outlet of the anode side, very important, the anode side. I'm going to take and squeeze water into it and check around in the sides that nothing is coming out anywhere. And it's not. So we trust now that it should be somewhat tight. And now the cell is assembled.